Have you ever seen a movie called Hotelrwanda? Released in 2004, it is called the African version of Schindler's List, which revolves around the 100-day massacre happened in Kigali, Rwanda's capital in 1994. The massacre began with the slaughter of ethnic Hutu, killing at least 800,000 citizens total. Originally, Rwanda had many tribes and kingdoms. Among them, let's notice Tutsi, who's from near the Nile, and Hutu in the 14th century. The two ethnics are definitely different, but it's hard to find differences. But you'll discover generally Tutsi have relatively short noses and tall heights. From the past, these ethnic minorities of militant nomads have easily dominated Hutu, who were native farmers. Until the beginning of the 20th century, Tutsi was a ruling class, and as a result, Tutsi was economically stronger than Hutu. Rwanda and Burundi was put in the hands of Germany in 1899. However, Belgium, which took over Rwanda since 1919, isolated the Hutu for effective colonial rule and favored the Tutsi by making them a group of officials. It was a sort of caste system, and the elite and the poor were more clearly separated, and the conflict between the two ethnics was inevitable. At the end of the Second World War in the late 1950s, the elite Tutsi attempted independence against Belgium. The Hutu also began to form the anti-Tutsi. On April 6, 1994, Rwanda and Burundi's plane was shot down, killing everyone on board, including the presidents of the both nations. The very next day, on the 17th, the Hutu, who were ready, started the massacre. This civil war is considered one of the worst since the Holocaust, in which the Nazis slaughtered Jews. This was a spur to the creation of the International Criminal Court. The two ethnics are still at odds over power transfer, land ownership, and the gap between the rich and the poor. Discrimination against Tutsi in Rwanda also lasted for a while after the civil war. This movie is based on a true story. Lucy Zabagina was Hutu, having a Tutsi wife, the manager of the luxury people Mill Collins in the capital city of Rwanda. He kept 1,200 refugees staying at his hotel safe. By bribing militants, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by former US President George Bush in recognition of his contributions, but he was recently arrested for terrorism and civilian killings by Paul Kagame, the president capital. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but I don't know what is going on. Current President Paul Kagame is Tutsi. He is 188 centimeters tall, wow, and his children are over 2 meters tall. Despite the long-term dictatorship and oppressive politics that began since 2003, the Rwandan economy has been greatly improved since the civil war. British Prime Minister Tony Blair even called him the man who saved Rwanda from hell. His economy policy is famous for benchmarking President Park Chung-hee's Semal move. Paul Kagame declared that he would make Rwanda as Singapore in Africa. However, there are many controversies over vote rigging, arrest and disappearance of politicians, and oppression of media. Interestingly, the Korean media nicknamed Paul Kagame as President Park Chung-hee in Africa.